room.
What? Oh, that's Jeff, not Giga. Okay. Sorry. I thought you were in already, and Jeff was the one looking for it.
Nope, I'm in.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, that was my bad.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. Sorry about
What in the
Ooh, that's good. No? Okay.
What do you say the password is?
1, 2, 3.
3.
Oh, it's literally 1, 2, 3.
It's literally 1, 2, 3.
That's not. I thought you said it was Pyre 1, 2, 3.
No. It's always fun trying to guess other people's passwords, like when they make like an 8-person server and everybody's already in. And you can just be like, hi, and then leave. It's always fun.
Which is part of the reason that my you can't do that to my rooms.
Do that to your rooms, yeah. I mean,
rather you can if you have a certain kind of mind.
Yeah.
But
it's innocent as long as you don't do anything like stupid. Like don't flip their board, obviously, but like go in, say hi, and then like I think that's funny.
The worries I have about people crashing into this room are non-existent.
Yeah, exactly. So roll it a bunch here. I'll re-roll mine.
16.
10 versus what did you get?
16.
Okay, cool. Pick your first thing, your leader. Which means that you're going first. Yeah, Chronomancer, that's what I assumed. So I do think that the optimal strategy here is to either take Dark Priest or Dark Champion or High Priest. But I kind of...
Are you the one who keeps super strong claims that I keep not entirely agreeing with?
Yeah, but like that's who I am. Like my super strong claims, you got to understand that I still assign very low probabilities to them. Like I have like a 55% chance that I think that the things I say are right.
Then why do you make such strong claims?
Because I think that it's greater than 50. So I might as well say it. Okay, so here we have...
That's one solution, I guess.
Okay, so I actually I'm curious as to whether I can do anything if I take Spymaster into you. So I'm going to try it. You might be able to just lock me down, though. So I'm going to take Spymaster, and now here's the trouble. What do I think is best with Chronomancer?
Oh, there it is.
I am going to, if you guys could mess with 1 or 2 of the experimental units, that would be lovely.
Yeah, we're not currently banned units entirely, is the Dark, right? The Dark, the Illusionist, and the Engineer aren't ready, right?
The Engineer is workable. The Dark and the Illusionist. The Illusionist definitely not. The Dark, I would avoid also.
Okay. I guess I'm going to play it. Well,
you're going to play it? I don't know that I've ever really settled on how the Dark tokens are going to work, but I'll come up with something.
No comment.
Is the Portal Master ready, would you say?
Portal Master's ready, yeah. I don't think he's strong, but I think he's ready. I don't think he's balanced. I think he needs a bit more punch.
Is Pyre Initiate ready?
Oh yeah.
Or is he OP? Okay, in that case I'm gonna take Pyre Initiate.
What I was gonna say is I was gonna play Engineer, so it better be ready enough.
Yeah, you can the Engineer's workable.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what's going on? What's going on? Ooze. How's Ooze?
Ooze is ready. I don't know if he's good, but he's ready.
Okay.
That's great.
Don't use all experimental units, by the way, because it's gonna be very hard to evaluate them then.
Hey, I only wanted to play Ooze and Chronomancer, I remind you that I've played. This is like my 3rd time playing Engineer now.
Yep.
I just like Engineer, so.
I think
I think Engineer might be a decent answer to just Spymaster.
I think to that.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have a great time right now. I think that Engineer is very good, and I think so is Chronomancer. But admittedly, those are more strong, unbackable claims. So, next is going to be for me. I think here I actually want Druid. Do I? I mean, I don't want you to have him, but I don't actually care to have him. So in this case, I guess I take Knight, and then I take another buddy. In this case, oops.
I still need to place Ooze somewhere. I was checking what he does. Sorry.
Ooze is like really durable for no like he's just really stupidly durable, basically.
I want Ooze there, I think.
Okay.
I like Ooze there, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Next, I guess, is going to have to be I don't really like any of these ideas, but I guess the best right now, I'm concerned about everything you're doing. Everything is concerning. I'm going to try out new shapeshifter. You know what? That sounds funny, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to try him out.
I'm happy to see that because I want to know because I'd like some experience before the second half, fighting it before the second half of the tournament. So that works for me.
Absolutely.
I'm just pretty solid right now.
Yeah. I don't think he's bad. I think he with the change. I think he's probably pretty good. But I mean, I have no idea. Really, the shapeshifter is one of those people that every single preconceived notion I've ever had about them was proven wrong. So I don't trust myself on the shapeshifter. I trust myself on the spy master.
It makes me feel better. A lot of people have made strong claims about shapeshifter being amazing, and it just underperformed.
Really, yeah, that was my instinct too. That was my instinct. Was he's going to be really, really, really strong because he's a teleport. He's a teleporter, which seems innately great.
And people kept saying that to me, and I kept watching how it actually performed and just not doing that well. I'm like, I think you all are misinterpreting it.
Yeah, well, the reason why
too slow.
It was too slow. Yeah, yeah, you could teleport, and then I was talking to Jeff actually about how everybody should have a mind shift, if the shapeshifter stayed how it was, to being less dive oriented and more bully oriented for the center of the board.
My play.
Yeah, your play.
So we're gonna grab Standard Bearer because I'd like to try Standard. I like Standard Bearer Engineer.
I think.
So I have no idea how that interacts with Chronomancer, but I guess I have empowered maneuvers again.
Yeah. Well, it activates whatever, you know.
And then I grab something nice and basic. I need some damage output here, I think. And my walls are going to be blocking stuff, so let's go ahead and take Ranger. Especially because now that means you can't take it.
Yep. I don't actually love. I think Ranger's very good, but I don't actually love Ranger. I think the Ranger is overrated. Personally, I think Ranger's super good, but I also think people think Ranger's a must-take. And
I would agree with you in general, but not when I'm also running Standard Bearer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Standard Bearer Ranger is very strong. Okay.
Which I have right now.
Which you do have. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be hard for me to take advantage of my Pyre Initiate, which makes sense because I drafted him partly. Okay. So starting.
To preempt any questions, the standard, the Chronomancer's card says use a maneuver card ignoring the star. It obviously will not ignore the star from the Standard Bearer because it's only ignoring the star on the maneuver card.
Yeah, makes sense.
I hope that's how. Otherwise,
otherwise it would stink. But
yes,
just to avoid any possible confusion.
That's fair.
Yeah. Wait, what's this one Pyre Initiate? I forgot to take up my tactic and put it in there. So now you're supposed to have 15 tactics, but 15 orders, I believe.
15 and 15,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I not?
No, we both do. I was just verifying.
Cool.
So are you down with me drawing the first fire?
No, because we need to see our first tactic.
Oh, does that come first?
Specifically in round 1, yes.
Specifically in round 1, gotcha. That's good. That's okay.
All of the thing. Oh no, everything has a token again.
Yeah.
Oh no, I did it again.
Oh,
well, at least the standard HUD tokens aren't too bad. Oh no,
that's I just drew my singular tactic. I'm not so certain how smart it was, but it's okay now.
I am checking. I'm going to go with
If it's all right with you, I'm going to drop my 5 order cards. I suggest the one on your left.
sorry. Give me 10 seconds. Give me what? Oh, wait, what? What are you saying?
Suggest the one on your left. I don't know what it is, but I suggest it.
I mean, that was probably number 2.
Okay. See, I'm good at suggesting. My strong claims are not unsubstantiated.
That was totally unsubstantiated. I'm just verifying that I think it's not good round 1. Yeah, I remain fairly sure that that's just not good round 1, or at least not with this positioning.
It's okay.
Okay. So I will take a kind of whatever card. Yay.
Yep. Sit down. 5 orders and tactic. Or not tactic, or pyre.
Oh, yeah.
The warding pyre, so cute.
So we need
So cute, dude.
I always forget those, so I need to be careful of that.
What?
I always forget to account for the push.
Yeah.
Like all the time. There?
I would help you if I could.
Yeah. Wait. So wait. No, pyre doesn't. That's not how it goes. It goes. Yeah, there, and that goes there. Almost. Wait. What? Oh yeah, there. Yes. Everything is right. I'm just being dumb. Okay. Right. Looks good to me.
What I draw? Yeah, I can work with that.
Question. What did I draw?
Who's going first?
In this case, you go first because you had first draft.
Oh, true.
Yep.
Yeah. So just put the initiative token in the proper place.
Oh yeah, let's move into E3. There we go.
Okay. 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 I'm saying okay a lot.
That's true. That's accurate.
Move the initiative flag.
Move the initiative. What? No, initiative is supposed to be. Oh, that flag. I've been using this instead.
That's not initiative. That's whose turn it is.
Just no one uses
when
it.
your turn is over, you flip that over.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, the initiative is who goes first in the round.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You're in hawk form.
It's true. We always start in hawk form. Yep.
There you go.
There we go.
You're in hawk form. Okay.
Yep.
What was that sound?
I don't know.
Down
Maneuver!
It means with you.
Jump the engineer to here. and drop a pair of walls because that's what I do.
Yep.
Do I put
die when the engineer dies?
Nope. They're structures, not tokens.
That's correct.
Let me figure out how I'm placing this. I could put it here, but that's just bad because it'll just die. I put it here, it doesn't actually block anything. Or not, it doesn't block your knight, which is what I care about. Put it here. It's honestly probably fine, but the angle would also be fine because you'd just be running into a wall. It doesn't matter from my point of view, other than the fact that I think 45 degrees would be prettier. This blocks less next round, so this is gonna be 45 degrees. Just give me 10 seconds to.
Okay.
There we go.
Right there. All right.
Yep, that's my maneuver.
Oh.
And I am Chronomancer, so I need to put it adjacent to my reference card.
Yep, accurate.
Because Chronomancer is weird.
Yep.
Chronomancer takes some getting used to.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I found him a lot of fun to play.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to play. Give me 5 seconds. I'm going to need to grab some water. You can think about your move.
Good. I think Fire Initiate's pretty good.
He's not as hyper overpowered as he was, but he's still quite good.
True.
And I'm back.
Cool. I'm gonna play draw power. Draw power. So move there. I think there is a good movement for me to be. Move the flag. Right.
Oh, okay. I forgot that card existed. All right then, that's fun.
So now I heal 2 instantly on the Pyre Initiate because he is on a control point.
You don't heal 2.
Cool.
You just have 2 extra health.
Yeah.
And it goes away when it goes away when it you control point. So
I assumed as much.
Just keep track of that.
Yep.
Okay. My turn?
Absolutely.
Plant the flag.
Plant the flag. Ooh, that was the one I was actually kind of scared of.
I mean, I'm not going to move very far because I'm just moving here. So
that's fair.
And dropping the standard. Well, I can't drop it here.
Yep. Magic.
I don't want to drop it here because that puts it far away from my ranger. I could put it here because it's zone right now, but that is inefficient coverage. So I just put it here and be sad, I think.
Oh, that is upsetting. I have a couple options here. First and foremost of which is probably going to be. Yeah, I have a couple of options. I don't super. Okay. Yeah. Goes hard.
Wait, hang on. I might want to rethink where I put that standard. I need to rethink something really fast.
Okay.
Sorry. The standard does go here and be sad.
So sad. Okay, here's what's going to happen. I am going to use my hawk with a maneuver. Whee! It's a jump! Hi.
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 Alright. My turn?
Yeah.
So you are no longer a hawk, you are now a wolf.
Right.
You have 5 health.
I don't need to exhaust it.
You have 5 health.
That's
Okay.
right.
All right. This is convoluted. Full
Yep.
time.
Okay.
So I jump here, which is why I need to not put the standard where it was.
Yep.
Then I play a card from my hand on a troop in Chronomancer's zone. I select the ranger and play evasive shot.
Absolutely.
The ranger will move here and shoot your shapeshifter.
Right. Oh.
And it does 2 damage because I'm within the standard zone.
Yes.
And then I stealth.
Yes.
Then I set evasive shot aside and add to my hand after my next draw phase. And then I draw a card.
Yes.
And then I resolve the Chronomancer's innate off of a jump.
Yep.
Use the place maneuver card to activate any friendly troop in Chronomancer's zone, ignoring the star. I will select the ranger and use a horizontal attack with the standard to do 2 more damage to the shapeshifter.
Oh, absolutely. As is your right. So, with the 2 extra damage done to the shapeshifter, he is now at 4 damage.
Yes, he is.
I'm now going to use a maneuver to just move little guy. So this standard bear takes a damage instantly.
All right.
Standard bear has 4 health.
Yes,
Yep. So he's at 1.
If that matters,
And that is, yep, that's it. That's it for that.
Okay.
So, Ratt, you used his innate to use the wolf form, right?
So now you're a
Oh,
bear.
yeah. No, so now I'm a bear, yeah.
Well, this is just sad. I need to check something.
Absolutely.
Okay. You are very lucky. I just want you to know that.
Thank you. Isn't there like an old quote about that? Like, the winds I think my mom said something about that because she got lucky on a Wordle. The winds always favor a good navigator.
This is not a good. This is you being lucky. So here's a short version. I'm forced to play a tactic to kill your shapeshifter because I don't have a horizontal attack in hand, and don't think I did. And the only one I had, I already played to shoot you already.
I always love that.
It's a bold move, using a tactic to take out a unit that's only got 1 health left.
If I leave him alive, he knocks my standard bearer down to one himself.
Yep, that's true. And the standard bearer kind of is the linchpin of your entire team right now.
Exactly. I have to do it. I just hate it. Can I at least do something clever with it? I'm not even sure I can. I play fortify position and ditch this maneuver.
Oh. Okay. So now what happens to that?
I place a bunker in engineer zone.
Yeah.
Place any unit in the bunker zone in the bunker.
Yeah.
And that unit may then attack out of it for 2 damage.
All right. So yeah, shapeshifter dies. I assume that's what you're doing with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with it.
So sad.
I mean, you do get the bunker out still.
Yeah, I do. But it's not in a good position at all.
Arguable, I think. Yeah, very arguable, I think. Here, I can do something kind of funny. Okay, wait, how do bunkers work? I forget this.
Bonus health.
Bonus health, yeah. Do they actually give anything in terms of damage?
Nope.
No. Okay, you have initiative, which does annoy me. Yeah,
initiative and I will have card advantage next round.
Yeah, you will.
Unless you do something about that.
Unless I do something about that.
Although you use Spy Master, so that's not necessary. There's no guarantee that that's true in any kind of way.
True. But I mean, it's annoying. Okay.
Oh, also that's a maneuver. Oh, that wasn't a maneuver. Sorry, I'm crazy.
Yes. Okay. So let's see. So I could do that. That's bad. I got a really bad maneuver card for this one.
By the way, if a pyre, I don't know if that's been clarified, but if a pyre lands on a structure, the structure is just destroyed.
Yep, I'm aware.
Okay, I can't remember if I clarified that or not.
I think I've asked before.
Yeah.
So there, I say bam.
What are you doing?
I'm thinking is what I'm doing. Do you have a card left? Yes, you have 1 card.
Exactly. By the way, is a shapeshifter still a bear or not?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
No, when it dies, it will come back as a hawk.
Oh, that's good, actually, for me.
It restarts. The whole thing resets. Good question, though.
There we go. Okay, so here the question is, how much do I care about things in general? To which my answer is a little bit. I always care a little bit. Yeah, whatever. I will maneuver up the leech right there.
Okay.
That's yours. Yep. It's a maneuver, so it's going to be next to your Chronomancer now.
Yep.
Ooh, well played.
I'm just making sure I want to do that instead of booze. I'm actually not sure. I'm not even sure I do it. Well, it's going to have nothing to shoot if I leave it where it is right now. So.
Yes. Ooh, that was a very well played by you, I think.
I'm at 4 and you're at 3.
Yep. Accurate.
So you can either use your tactic to, I assume, parasite from what you're doing, or you can hit me or you can move to tie up the pyre.
Yeah.
I could also be wrong. I could also be wrong about the parasite, but I don't. The way you were moving makes me think it's a parasite.
Yeah. All good points. All good points. Now, here's the. Yeah. Yeah. So here's what I gotta. Oh, it's so sad that I have to do this, and I don't want to at all. I play Stolen Plants. My only play. Now the question is, how do I move?
That's a rough one.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. I think I just have to go here. Done. Now here's the question, do I attack or move?
You're gonna draw a card at least.
I know what I would do.
I don't draw a card, yeah. I can't draw a card.
Oh right, yeah. You don't.
Because I'm not within. Yeah, there's no way to get this guy within my zone.
And
So
I
I think
agree.
I just.
Wait,
And
what?
I agree with Jeff. I agree with Jeff. Okay. I agree with
think
Jeff
I
about what you should be doing, but
yeah. I mean, it's really a question mark.
So wait,
Where
why do you,
I
hold
do
on.
think.
This is just want to make sure there's a rules. Why do you think you can't draw a card?
because he's not in my
Oh,
zone.
oh,
Yeah.
that's not what I meant. Okay, never mind. I misunderstood.
Yeah. Yeah. I could go here, but if I do that in my, that's like, it seems dumb because I don't win the pyre. I don't actually get anything off of it. He wins the pyre no matter what I do. Meanwhile, if I do this one damage, yeah, I think that's the play. I
Okay.
think the play is the one damage.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, sure. That's your right. And so you win the pyre turn 1. I get 1 energy. You get no extra, or I get 3 energy total. So I'm up to 5 because of pyre initiate.
So
I get 2 energy, Ranger gains a health. I take
Yep.
I maintain initiative.
so
Yep.
Rat, why didn't you want the card draw space?
That's a surprise tool that will help us later.
Huh?
He's got
No,
Paris. He thinks he can kill me with Parasite.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
you thought it was going to put you out
Yes.
of position.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, right now, you. Okay, this thing is done. Yeah.
Yeah. He thinks he's going to kill me with Parasite is what's going on.
Oh, nice. I maintain my 5 stuff. Yeah, exactly. Well, not necessarily Parasite, but ideas there.
Not necessarily Parasite, but it's Parasite.
Not necessarily Parasite, but it's Parasite. Exactly. Precisely.
However, I have initiative, so I don't think it's going to go the way he hopes.
Yep. You're probably gonna. And here's the question: do I recruit my? I purchase, then I decide whether I want to recruit. Right.
You can do it in any order that you want.
Okay. In that case, I will do this. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Both of these are so good, but it costs 3 to get it. That sucks that I have to get this up. Such a good. That is so upsetting. And I really think that this one isn't even good, but it's what I have to take because the board state. Dang it. Oh well. I do that, and then I purchase back my good old hockey buddy. Who can be? Do I want him to be here or there? It's always the eternal question. I think here is better. So I buy back hockey buddy, and then I draw my 5.
Wow. I like many options here.
Absolutely.
Technically, I didn't know what you're doing, but it doesn't
Yeah.
change what I won't change what I do. You need to pay your money, which is got to down to 1, I think.
So I pay 1 for my maneuver.
Wait, what, shouldn't you have 4? Shouldn't you have 4 money?
Fire initiate.
Yeah,
Fire
shouldn't you
initiate
have?
gives extra energy.
So shouldn't you have 5 money?
So I started at 5, and then I bought 1, and then spent 2 to resurrect shapeshifter.
So why do you? Oh,
5
math.
minus 3 is 2.
Got it. Yes,
Yeah.
I've got math now. Yes, understood.
Arithmetic. By the power
Huh.
of speed.
What do Ooze tokens and enemy units do again?
What does what?
They will
No empowered.
They will take an extra damage when they're attacked with an empowered attack, and their next empowered action is basically canceled as an empowered action, but that removes the Ooze token immediately.
Okay. sorry, I really can't decide which two of these three to take.
Now that one pyre space with your engineer is really nicely blocked off.
Yes. Actually, I think about it, it might imply I don't want to move my engineer, which is kind of weird. And therefore implies I should go this way. Okay. Yep. Cool. I have finally made my decision.
Okay.
All right. I need to draw my 5 orders.
Yep. And you draw your extra thing?
Yep. Yep. I was wondering if that would show up. Alrighty here. Ow. So many things in so little time. I was gonna say you're kind of lucky again.
What is the slime order now? It's not a charge anymore, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It's still the charge? Oh.
His order is pretty much the same.
Hmm.
The only thing I changed is I removed the need for a minimum of 2 tokens on him. It just didn't seem necessary.
Sure.
Interestingly, Giga, you've made it a little bit harder for you to actually get to the other control spaces, or at least these 2 at the bottom.
Mm.
It's nice to be able to comment since it's not a tournament game.
Sometimes I'm not even sure it's true.
Well, you made it harder, not impossible, but there are definitely there are fewer cards that will get you there. There are still cards that will get you there.
Sure, that's fair.
Like those cards that you hate will get you there.
Yep. Yep, I see it. How do I keep drawing? How do I draw the? This hand is a mess. I'll just tell you the hand is a mess.
Luckily, you're playing the Chronomancer, who is one of the only one of the only units in the game who can turn a messy hand into an alright hand. Like, he can just kind of mulligan everything out.
You're not entirely wrong, but still. Oh. I hate it. Is that what I'm doing? No. I can do better than that. Well. Debatably better than... okay. That's better than that. Okay. That'll work.
I'm sorry, real quick. Did you discard the maneuver card you triggered using the Chronomancer before?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so
this is a different...
That's a different one?
That's a different...
Okay.
Or I thought it was... Yeah, because this is the one that moved
yeah.
Ranger to token.
Okay, just double check.
Yeah.
Speaking of that card,
You gonna play Harry? Gonna do it?
That'd be easy. That'd make my life easier. But actually,
like
I maneuver here and trigger the Chronomancer's innate to move the standard bearer to there.
Oh, absolutely.
And it was an empowered move because where the standard was, so the standard moves to here.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Unless I drop it here, which is wrong. I put it here,
which is wrong, which is incorrect.
And then you discard
the maneuver. Yeah. So now we have a couple of options.
I did. In fact, they both get discarded. In fact.
Yeah, so that worked out quite nicely. Ooh.
You're gonna attack my engineer?
Ooh, that worked out cool. That worked out really cool. Ooh.
Is there a burst?
Not quite. Not quite a burst. So sad.
You can't do much of a parasite right now.
Yeah. That's true. That would be true.
Burrow.
With no tokens.
With no tokens, it's not as good.
Yep. So here's what's going to happen, I think. I think here what happens is...
Okay. Oh, he's using stolen plans. That's what he's doing.
No, I think I'm just gonna coil. I'm just gonna coil. Coil stun.
You stun my Chronomancer.
Yes, I will stun the Chronomancer. Actually, do I even want to go there? I could go here instead. Nah, here's better. I'm going to stun the Chronomancer, and now I'm actually, instead of taking the Leech token, do I want to take the Leech token? Yeah, I kind of do. I'll take a Leech token.
Alright, my turn.
For range, but...
I maneuver Ooze, jumps to here, drops Goop on Spymaster and Initiate.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait, on both. Is that how that works now?
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's a maneuver, so it charges Chronomancer.
So what's Chronomancer?
Charges Chronomancer.
Right. Okay. So now what I can do is a lot of things that I like doing.
It's true?
Yep. First thing I'm going to do, I will maneuver attack your Chronomancer. with the life leech, and now I have 2 tokens.
Cool.
Each token.
I wake
So now
up.
he has, yep. Get my life leech, please.
You do.
I currently have 2. I should.
You
have
can only do 3 damage. You can't currently still kill the standard bearer or my ranger.
That's true.
Which is all I really care about.
Yep. Absolutely.
If I could kill the life leech, I mean I would. How much health do you have?
He has 4 right now.
I believe there's not really a way I can kill him. Yeah, enjoy smacking my standard bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I fold.
One issue I'm seeing with the ooze right now, it seems like it's going to be very hard to get it off of a leader.
No, it just gets off from. It can't. It disables the empowered move, but it's still empowered.
Yeah, it's very hard to get empowered.
It'll
Oh,
move.
that's true. You can use maneuver.
A move is a
Will
move.
do it. That's true. A maneuver will do it. Never mind.
Yeah.
In any case, so I fold time.
Yeah.
Chronomancer jumps here.
Yep.
I play evasive shot.
Yep. From your hand.
Which will move here.
And attack the Pyre Initiate?
For 2 because of standard.
Yeah.
And then I trigger the maneuver to hit it for 2 more.
Alright. Still alive, though.
And evasive shot is in my next turn's hand again.
Yep. Absolutely.
You are still alive, this is true.
Yep. Which is all that really matters.
What do you say?
Way to abuse the full time.
Oh, actually, no, wait. Pyre Initiate's dead. Initiate's dead. Initiate is dead.
Why?
Ooze.
Does the ooze make it take extra damage?
Yes.
Oh, how much extra damage? Just 1?
1 extra damage from an empowered attack.
Oh, which is enough to kill it. Yeah, okay.
It's one time using the ooze, right?
Yeah.
Technically?
Yeah.
So technically it would have its empowered back, but it's dead, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So now... Okay. Okay. I have a couple options here. Ooh, this is risky.
You can strike the standard bearer who would still be alive, so meh.
Yep, so meh. It's just like so telegraphs, and then you move out of the way. But I'm okay with that. Yes, I'm gonna play trample to there.
Okay. Okay then.
Yep. Which is the most intimidating trample of all time, I know.
Yeah, why would you do that? Oh, because you're harrying. You're gonna harry my ooze, I think. Not sure what else you could be doing. Unless it's just position, which it could just be position, as I say that. That's fun. Speaking of not giving you options, tunnel network.
What's that do? Ooh. Place a wall adjacent to the engineer, then another in its zone. Okay, so right there.
I place the adjacent wall here, which will go like... Let me figure out what the angle is. I think the angle is that.
Okay.
And the other wall will go here. I think. Or I go like this and trap your life leech, which would be hilarious. Also trap my ooze on the other side of the wall, but that's fine, he's tanky. Traps Chronomancer, that's fine. Prevents Knight from doing anything. Oh, you're jousting. Oh, that's what you're trying to do. Okay, I'm glad I did this. Didn't even see that. I totally missed that until just now. I knew there was something. I knew there had to be something you were trying to do. So this wall definitely goes here and definitely is not in the diagonal. So it's either this direction or this direction.
Well, note, Giga, that even if it's diagonal, I don't know what he has, obviously, but he still couldn't land on the wall.
Okay, that's fair, yes. That lets Leech escape. I don't want to do that, I don't think. Just let's Ooze pull back. I don't care about that right now. Where's the pyre going?
Oh, crap. I forgot to mark that. D5.
Which is where? Oh, that wall's going to go somewhere different then.
That's fine. Sorry, that's my bad.
Somewhere basically equivalent, but it is going to go somewhere else. Which does mean that I think that goes like that in the after all. And this goes like so.
Okay.
And then all units adjacent to friendly units adjacent to wall stealth, which is every single one of my units.
Yep, that's like every unit, which is fine. I don't really care. What happens now is it's a multitude of options that I'm presented with suddenly. Here I think I just yeah. Here I just maneuver this Spymaster here. Goop goes away.
Okay.
I don't think it gets returned to your pyre or to your ooze. It
goes
gone.
back after Ooze is eliminated.
Right.
So Ooze is basically dying slowly to put out his goop.
Yeah. Makes sense, actually.
Alright, everything now on stealth.
Yep. Stealth saved you a little bit of turmoil.
You have no goop.
That's accurate. It's an accurate statement about me. Just not very goopy. Just not in a goopy mood.
Right now it's 2-2. I'm assuming you're going to take pyre with. Why would you have 3?
It's 3-3, right?
It's 2-2. Your pyre initially gave you 3.
Yeah, but wait, aren't these from 3? Don't these give 3? Or do they give 2? I always thought they gave 3.
They give 2.
Oh. Wow, I'm just not on it.
Now what I'm assuming is happening is you're going to hawk form to here. If you weren't going to do that, I'd tell you what you should do. Nevertheless, I can't stop you. So my units are just too out of position to take pyre this round. And I am just going to accept that I will not be getting last action because I don't like either of my tactics right now. So instead, I will just maneuver the goop and goop you again.
The goop there? Goop who? Him? Okay. Goop the Spymaster, goop the Knight. Makes sense to me. I am going to play a maneuver. But it's not the maneuver you were expecting. I'm going to maneuver over here, stun Spymaster, force Snipe back, which gets rid of the Spymaster scoop.
Okay.
Which is still fair. I mean, you still get the draw. I just get fire.
I took the card because I knew I wasn't. I figured there had to be something you could come up with to take Pyre.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's the play.
I was just at 2 out of position. There was nothing I was doing. Yep. There was nothing I was going to pull off there.
Yep. Okay. So now I get just the 2 native energy.
I also get 2, and all of my stuff's still alive. So
yep. All your stuff is still alive.
And I have 2 tactics, so I'm just going to not... I'm probably just going to buy 1 tactic this round.
And Giga's going to walk into the next round with pretty big card advantage.
Pyre moves. Oh, that was a warding Pyre. That was a warding Pyre.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Engineer takes a damage. And Knight takes a damage.
Yeah, and Spymaster takes a damage.
Spymaster is shoved into a corner.
Yeah. But, yep, everybody else takes a damage. Does the goop apply to this push damage?
It's only from empowered attacks, so no.
No. Alright. Alright. Ooh, I have a lot of good options here.
And now Pyre. We need to delete the tokens so we can move the Pyre.
I have to just start these.
Pyre. Pyre.
Oh, yeah. Pyre. Why are there like 55 cards here?
Because we did something wrong. Stupid, presumably.
Okay. What the?
Did you delete the Pyre?
What the hell happened? Oh, it's over here.
I think you moved an entire deck at some point.
I didn't move anything. I cannot be blamed for this. Okay, whatever. We're gonna shuffle it and just draw.
Who cares?
Is this the same? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this was the same as before. So
that's not something we've seen before. So who cares? So no one cares.
Yeah, exactly.
Just put 1 more card down there, just so we can keep track of the rounds.
All right, sure. Bury this card, whatever it is.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So now we have E4. It's moving to E4. Delete the things that shouldn't exist. Move the things that should exist.
Where is it moving? E4? One of my walls?
Yeah.
No,
moving
that was going to happen.
Wall.
That was going to happen eventually. I have a lot of walls.
Yeah. So now E4. There. Yeah, up here. And then right there.
Well, you're not taking initiative from me this round, I don't think.
Maybe not. Possible.
I guess walls technically are destructible as I say that, but...
Yeah, how much damage does it take to do
1.
to kill a wall? Just 1? Okay.
Just 1.
Just 1. And then that's good. Okay. That's just tragic. If that's the case, I still...
And I need to do my purchases before you technically, but I'll just tell you I'm almost certainly going to buy 1 card and do nothing else, so...
Yep. So I buy a card, and then I bring back the higher initiate. Who I guess goes here. Yeah, I guess goes there.
All right.
Or I guess they actually go here. Yeah, I guess he'll actually go there.
This is going to be fun.
Yep.
I'm definitely taking that card at a cost of 1. And I'm not going to be inefficient and discard a card because that's just not worth it.
Okay.
Do you have 3 tactics as well?
I also have 3 tactics, yep.
Okay. All right. So I draw my 5. Or no, sorry. I draw 1. Then I draw 3. And I need to shuffle my discards. I need to draw 2 more. And then I draw a vase of shot into my hand.
Okay.
So Giga, just a minor order thing. It doesn't make a big difference. But did you draw the card bonus from your position? That was why I corrected it to draw 1 then 3. Right, but so you actually draw that first before you...
Yeah, I was supposed to do that earlier.
Okay, to make sure that was clear. Okay.
Yep, I know. I just forgot. I have initiative. This is fun. My Standard Bearer remains on something that... Okay. Seer Knight has already taken 1 damage and has a goop token on it, right?
Right.
Tactic activated.
Okay.
Thickening goop.
What's it do?
Choose an opposing unit with a goop token. I select a knight. A friendly unit in its zone. I select the ooze. May empowered move adjacent to it.
Yep.
Which will move. I can move here to take the token, or I can move here and drop an ooze on your shapeshifter.
Sure. You can do either. Which do you want?
Put it on the shapeshifter. I just like that in this case. Because that also makes it hard for you to use your hawk.
Yep, so now you empowered attack the knight for 2, which actually is 3.
Which is actually 4, because it's +2, +1. Because of goop. Because that's an empowered attack.
So it just kills the knight instantly.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing you can do. Oh well. If that's the case, that's fine. Okay, here we go. Here's what's gonna happen.
4 goop, is that correct?
We're gonna start. Yeah, we're going.
Itself.
Yeah,
it is slowly killing itself. This is absolutely true.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. We can start with the Pyre Initiate maneuvering, who maneuvers up. It's an empowered move, so he can take this. And now he's up to 5 health.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
It's rather difficult for me to get over there.
Sure. Her Initiate is keeping me in this game, gotta say. Would not be
so much stuff is going on. My goodness.
Yeah. All true.
That is a crazy board.
Yeah. So many droppables, and none of them are mine. Wait, I'm gonna actually try and keep your goop alive. Okay. I'm gonna play the long game, I guess. It's your turn. Right?
I know.
Yeah.
I play evasive shot, move the ranger to here, and shoot your. Yep.
Okay.
And it stealths.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, now I have a couple options. I like all of them. Yeah, I like them all. Yeah. Okay. I guess here I will play Maneuver on the Leech.
Stab the standard bearer?
Nope.
Oh no, just move.
He's moving.
Okay.
I'm confident you can actually kill that Leech. Without using a bunch of resources.
I stab it.
You stab it with the standard bear?
I stab it with standard bear.
Nice. He takes a damage.
And I charge a maneuver.
Yep, and you charge a maneuver. So you can do it again.
I can do it again.
What I'm going to do here is I am going to use a depth. Charge like this. Now I get to attack your goop for 1.
Which is sort of a
Goop doesn't go away. Yep, and now I can ready. What do I feel like readying? I kind of feel like readying bear.
Goop is still there. Not that it really
Goop is still there.
Priorities.
Yeah.
Priorities.
Yeah. True. Does that I don't get to do things in the order I want to.
I can work with that. I'm reasonably happy with that result.
Okay.
I maneuver. I
Okay.
jump the Chronomancer to here,
Okay.
and then its jump will activate standard bear to stab the life leech and kill it.
Okay. Absolutely fine. I am now going to stolen plans. I think it sucks that I have to do this and I still don't get this guy in the zone, so I still don't get to draw a card, but that's okay. I think I stun you, put you here, and that's that.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. I'm playing a tactic.
Ooh, exciting.
Ditching. Ditching this maneuver. That's an ooze. Ditching this maneuver.
Yep.
To play what was lost.
Absolutely. I assumed as
Okay,
much.
actually, important question. Was that maneuver discarded immediately or not?
Oh, were you asking if it can be retrieved with
Yeah.
what was lost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd actually rather it not be, but
Yes, because you discard it.
okay, well, womp womp.
Yeah.
Random draw 3. Heck. Okay. Immediately play 2 and add the other to my hand.
Yep.
So I do need to play 2 cards. And you got lucky, and
Yay. Seems to be a theme.
Okay. I was trying to take a screenshot, and now I'm stuck with the TTS menu up, and I can't do anything. It's really annoying.
the reason you're lucky is I didn't draw evasive shot.
Yeah, that's right. I was counting my lucky stars a little bit.
Well,
I've done a significant amount of damage.
I move here.
Absolutely.
That's a maneuver that's being played, so it charges Chronomancer.
True.
And then I play a maneuver on Chronomancer, which moves here, which activates Ranger and shoots the Shapeshifter in the standard zone, so you take 2.
Yep, absolutely.
Actually, take 3.
3? Oh, because Goop.
Which doesn't
Goop
go
goes
away.
I will now...
How are you in bear form? Oh, adapt.
Adapt.
Yes.
I will now play... It's actually good for you, so don't worry too much. Now I'm going to play Tap Power, which instantly makes me gain 2 energy, draw 2 tactics, decide which one I want.
And then draw a card.
Yeah, and then, yeah. So, yeah, and then I would draw a card. So, let's see. Yeah, in this instance, I do like the idea. It's kind of funny. Yeah. In this case, I discard this. Then I draw 1 card. Then that was that.
Fnatic is keeping you in this game, you're right. Goop on stuns.
His energy just keeps me ahead of the curve.
It's debatable.
It's how I'm able to live, even with it's how I was able to have the same amount of tactics as you, even with all of my guys dying. I mean, it's probably not going to be true for much longer because they're going to cost more. But okay.
I have options, and I like. Interesting.
Yep.
I have multiple choices that I can do here.
Yep.
But it starts with my playing my last tactic. So I ditch another maneuver to play Rain of Arrows.
Ooh.
Ranger may deal 2 damage to up to 3 opposing non-adjacent units within its zone, which kills Shapeshifter and does 2 to Spymaster.
Yep. So kills that. There we go. Shapeshifter is now very expensive. These already died once before. Okay. Now you have how many? It's 3 cards. I don't have that. Yeah. Here, what I gotta do, stop other ghosts from coming through.
Mm-hmm.
Here, we have actually a couple options. The primary one, however, is going to be maneuver Spymaster up, stun Chrono.
Okay. My turn?
Yep, your turn.
I Gooplash.
You Gooplash.
I Ooze charges to here, hits your Spymaster for 2, adds a Goop token, and stuns it.
Yep, you're now out of Goop tokens officially.
Yes.
It is now my turn. Yep. As for maneuver,
you can play on your Pyrofanatic.
Yeah, I could Pyre Initiate.
I think you could tactic if you have a Pyrofanatic tactic.
Yeah, I could. I am going to discard for energy.
That's
so sad. Yep. Now with your amazing card draw, you get 2 attacks. I
do get 2 attacks, or I can take Pyre.
Yeah. Which taking Pyre right now means you have to take 2, so you have to take another one because Pyre Initiate.
I'm aware.
Extra presence. Yeah.
I can do it. The only question is whether I can do better hitting you really hard. I don't think I actually can. I don't think I can actually realistically hit you all that hard. So I will just maneuver twice.
Okay. Are you maneuvering?
Yep.
Yep. So I currently have 3, and you have 1.
Move Standard Bearer to here.
You now have 2.
Which moves standard to there, sadly.
Yep. I master on stunts. I don't know if it matters, but he does.
Which does actually clear up the territory for the... Oh, wait, no, I corrected it. I take it back. Standard goes here.
Yeah.
No, never mind, that's just bad. Standard does go here. That charges the maneuver, not that it really matters, because it's immediately going to get replaced as the engineer jumps here.
Yep.
It replaces it. It's replacing and discarding, yep.
Yep. So, do you place down anything? Because you did just move your engineer.
Yes, I do. I will place down something. Not sure what.
Yeah.
I put down 2 more walls, which would be hilarious, but probably excessive at this. Probably might actually be more trouble than it's worth at this point. What I will do is put down a tower right here.
Absolutely. So now that is the end of both of our turns. You control Pyre because you have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1, 2, 3. Only. So sad. I probably should have taken this instead, but whatever.
2 of my units gain health, including ooze.
Yeah. Which I'm okay with because I'm not going to kill your ooze. I like your ooze. Your ooze is fun now because he's out of goop.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which I played the long game. Now you're down a unit basically for the rest of the game, I think. But
not exactly, because Goop Flash doesn't need goop. So if I draw Goop Flash, you still need to be scared of Goop Flash.
Yeah, true.
And it's still a body which can take pyre spaces.
Yep.
And it can still hit, and it can still stab you. So
now get 2 because that's how energy works, and then I get an extra 1 from Pyre Initiate. So now I have 7 energy.
And a full hand of tactics.
Yeah, and a full hand of tactics.
That's let you bring all your units back, so you got that going.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. Leech. Actually, do I want Leech or Knight there? Sure. Actually, wait. We get to see the new Pyre first, right?
True. Yes.
Yeah. So new Pyre.
My wall gets destroyed.
Are you gonna cry?
Nah.
Okay.
C5.
Not that big a deal. C5 is here. Oh, I'm so sad. That's that's good for you, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's very good for you, I think. Now.
Flag on standard.
Yep, I do appreciate finally having initiative.
I mean, I still have initiative this turn, but...
Well, yeah, but, like, I'm going to get it.
Not necessarily if you have too much trouble getting that flag.
Yeah. It's possible I don't get it. It does suck that Ooze is there, but that's strange. But it happens. There and then there. Yep, okay. That's cool with me. Okay.
There's so much stuff on the board.
Yep, there is. There's a lot of stuff. I now am going... Okay, so now I get to decide what I want to bring back, and the tactics, I will decide tactics first, and then I will decide...
Technically, you see what I do first.
So...
Okay, yeah, you have initiative.
So, Ratt, while you're waiting for Giga to make its decisions, would you mind taking a screenshot and posting it on the Pyre Discord? If I do it while I have OBS running, it completely messes everything up.
Sure. Why? Is it just, like, insane?
It, like, locks up my computer. Oh, this board? Yeah, the board's crazy with the, you know...
No, I'm saying the board. What's so interesting about it? You got to keep in mind I'm still a relatively new player.
Oh well, it's pretty crazy with the multiple
There's
walls,
so much
the power,
stuff.
the bunkers. It's just it's a much more busy board than usual. I thought, and I think, and honestly, I think in particular, Primordial or Garth will enjoy it.
Here, I'll put it in Pyre discussion.
Yep, perfect. Thank you.
Surprise! I buy 2 tactics.
So here, yeah, you have no time, so now I have to decide what I want to do. That's okay. That's okay. I like that. I like that. I like that.
I have initiative, right?
True. Yeah, true. You are going to have initiative. I think I have to bring back my knight. I think I have to if I want to have any chance of winning this game. I can bring him back here. So that would cost 2. Then I could bring back you, and then that would cost another 2, and then it would cost everything to bring back my shifter, which I don't really want to do when I have alternatives. So I think instead what I'm going to do is a simple leech there, and then do I purchase? I mean, I have too many tactics. Do I have to not purchase here? I'd rather purchase. Hard. It's really hard. Sad, I have to give up my tactic advantage. I'm so sad about this. I am destitute. I feel like I have run out of get out of jail free cards. So all 3 of these get discarded.
Okay, you're definitely not destitute, by the way.
I'm destitute. I'm out. Anyway, so I draw 5 cards off of orders, and then I draw an extra.
That spends all your money, right?
I am completely out of money. And also I get to bring back... And this guy's an hawk.
I draw my 5 orders.
Mm-hmm.
I have initiative.
Yep.
I will tell you all of that thinking you just did didn't matter. Because I drew her because I drew harass. And my standard's right there.
Ooh.
So I move my archer moves here, shoots a spy master, empowered for +1 because of goop.
Yeah.
So
moves here. Right, so that's 2. Moves here, shoots the spy master at range 2 in standard bear's range.
Yeah, so 2 damage.
Okay, technically I can't shoot you again, so technically you live on 1. So congrats. So I move back here and shoot you. Yeah.
Yeah, so I live on 1. Okay, sick. Cool. Sounds good to me. Now I have to figure out a way to survive with this guy. Which is going to be hard, but not impossible. No, it's probably impossible. So let's see. I have to do something like really wacky and hope you get really unlucky, basically.
When you
I occupy this space. Yeah.
I don't believe so. Can he?
What's that?
Can he occupy my buildings?
Oh, no.
I didn't think so.
No. Okay.
Not that you can really... Well, I guess you could jump there.
Yeah. So in this case... Ooh, I really should have drawn a card then. That sucks that all that happened. Yeah, that really stuck. There's no way you don't have like an attack though. Is the trouble? Is the real trouble? There's just no way you don't. So my only chance is to just run and hope you actually don't have any way to kill me.
Yep.
Which is gonna be like
difficult.
Yeah, which is gonna be difficult. It's gonna be nearly impossible, is how I'm gonna put it. So let's see. Luckily, you don't have adjacent attack. Okay, you don't have a orthogonally adjacent attack, which is good for me.
Oh, on my Chronomancer. Sure, yes.
On your Chronomancer, specifically. So here's what I do here. It sucks that I have to do this. Yeah, but I do have to do this, which is jump maneuver. Because the goop token is away, it doesn't matter, but stun goop. Stun goopy boy. Now it's your turn. Do you kill me? Do you have evasive shot? You kill me.
I don't have evasive shot, but I think I can kill you anyway.
Okay. Do it.
Yeah. I can kill you anyway. Because what happens is I fold time, jump to here, play a card.
Really?
Play a card, which is this maneuver on a friendly troop, which is the ranger.
Okay.
Who will move here. That's a maneuver on a friendly troop, so that charges that maneuver, which then gets used by the. I draw a card, and then the Chronomancer Then the Chronomancer's innate activates, shoots a spy master at range 2 for 1 damage, and you die.
But the jump happened first. So it doesn't resolve, does it?
There's two jump effects.
So he just does both. Okay, yeah. So he jumped. Yeah, so he jumped, played a card. Oh yeah, and this resolves first because it's a card. So yeah, so it just kills the leader. I should have taken soldier.
Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute, Giga. What card did you play with full time?
This maneuver.
Right, but that's the one that gets set aside. Read the card. That gets set aside. It doesn't charge the Chronomancer.
Oh, okay. Let me. I'm sure there must be a way to do it real quick then. In 1 second. Yeah, I have something.
You have evasive shot. You just instantly kill me.
I don't have evasive shot. I wish I did.
Okay.
Sorry.
Put your guys back where they belong. By the way.
Yep, I will do that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a trick about the Chronomancer. He's all about surprise timing.
Where's full-time jumping?
He was here, so wasn't Chronomancer like on A3 or something like that? Or no, he was there. How did Chronomancer get to C2?
Jumped. The full-time.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right. Full-time has that funky night
jumps,
and straight. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a diagonal attack. Okay, never mind. This is me. I have a different maneuver that's got a sideways. That can jump two sideways. I play this maneuver, which moves the ranger here, sets this aside. I draw a card,
and then you can activate your maneuver there.
Yeah, I hope that wasn't a card I just drew. I don't think.
Wait. How did you get this thing there? Your Chronomancer wasn't charged before this, was it?
Yeah.
Stuff is mixed up.
That was. Remember, you were saying you didn't have an.
Oh no, that's the right card. That's the right card.
Orthogonal attack. Yeah, that's right. So yeah. So he does. So sad. If that didn't kill, here was the plan: maneuver away like this because of the wall.
Hang on, that wasn't the card I drew, right?
That's okay.
Doesn't matter. You had full time. You're good.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the orthogonal move?
It's a directly adjacent move that you just played.
Let me count cards real quick. 1 card, 2 card. I didn't draw a bonus card. Which card did I draw? Did I draw by accident? I think I drew Tunnel Network.
Okay.
No, I had Tunnel Network. Did I draw that maneuver? Oh no. Oh no.
It's all right.
I don't remember.
So sad.
I know this card. I know this card was there. 1 second. Let me make sure the cards I'm certain about. Which of these cards is the card I drew? I remember seeing that I had that card. And I think I had... Okay, I think that might have been a card I drew, actually. So, you're not dead yet.
Oh, really?
I'm going to claim that was a card I drew by accident.
Okay. That's fine with me. Okay.
But that will kill you.
What? Why don't kill me? Come on.
That maneuver, which jumps diagonally, shoots you.
Okay, there we go.
So whichever of those two cards is the card I drew. Yeah. There are two different ways
whichever
you
one.
got
it. Yeah. So he takes 1 damage and dies. So sad. Perfect amount of damage.
Yep.
But no, I mean, that was neat. I definitely think. Okay. I think all the new cards are a little bit overtuned.
Oh, that's probably
a little bit too good.
That's probably true.
I think they're all a little bit too good. Specifically, I think Ooze, Pyre Initiate, and or Slime or whatever it is. Ooze, Pyre Initiate, and Engineer, all a little bit too good. All 3.
Yeah, that's why they're not in the next round of the tournament yet.
Yeah. I think the Pyre Initiate specifically, and the Engineer specifically have little to no counterplay. The Pyre Initiate, in my opinion, is the strongest out of all of these.
Yeah.
Because I could just screw it. I could have let everything I had die and I could just bring it back instantly.
I mean, that being said, I do think there is some counterplay. I agree they're probably overtuned, but I mean, I think the Ghost, my typical favorite unit, is good counterplay to both the Pyre Initiate and the Engineer.
What does stunning the Pyre Initiate? Oh, would it take its health back down to 3?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which also means it can die. It can just die at the end of a round.
Right.
Which is pretty hilarious.
If it doesn't end up on a control point, it will just die.
Well, the thing is, if it dies in that way, though, you can bring it back for just 1. So
Correct.
it's not that big.
Why can you bring it back for 1?
Because that's the rule.
It's detailed. Yeah, it's detailed in the.
Is it there?
In the card. Yeah, it's in the card.
Yeah, because
basically you don't implement it.
Honestly, otherwise it would just be a bad unit. Actually.
Oh, I see. Yes. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Meanwhile, actually, so specifically, I think Ooze is a bit too strong, but I think that the only reason for that is because it seems like the counterplay to Ooze is waiting him out. And it takes way too long to wait him out. Because, like I feel like if I'm playing Pyre Initiate Ooze, right, don't I just let the Ooze die? Like, I just choose not to get rid of my goop tokens whenever he gets targeted. I just let him die.
Yeah, but you're going to end up taking a lot of damage as a result of that.
Well, yeah. Well, what you do is you get rid of goop tokens until you're down to 3 or something, and then you're like, okay, I want them all back, and then you just let them die, and then you bring them back with all the free energy you get.
It is not voluntary to get rid of goop tokens.
It's not voluntary. You have to.
Happening is voluntarily, but the energy replacement is not voluntary.
Gotcha. Yep. Because Ooze's effect is very, very strong. No empowered plus extra damage is very strong, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did the no empowered actually mess with you all that much?
Yeah, it messed with me a lot because of the shapeshifter.
Okay, shapeshifter, fair.
If I had been able to do empowered stuff with the shapeshifter, then I would have won the last Pyre, and my Spymaster would have had an extra health.
Yeah.
Because the shapeshifter could have just jumped here, Spymaster goes here instantly, and then I also would have had an extra energy, so I could have bought one of my busted cards. Which, by the way, these 3 cards were just so good, but I couldn't take any of them because I was overloaded. This one actually would have saved me, but.
Oh, because it lets you run away.
Enemy lines. Yep.
Because it lets you run away.
Yeah, it lets me just go to the home row, so I could have just gone there.
Yeah.
Yep. That's fair.
So
that's a new use for that card.
Yeah. I've always noticed that Spymaster is all about running away. I've always thought that, but
not wrong.
But no, I do think that in terms of. The empowered did screw with me, but you also have to keep in mind I built specifically to not be empowered. So but everything has an empowered effect in this game. So even when you don't really care about being empowered that much, it still matters.
Yeah.
So the goop is the ooze is very strong. The Pyre Initiate is very strong, and the Engineer is very strong. The Engineer is very strong because he's basically, in my opinion, right now he's kind of a better druid, right?
I don't know if he's a better druid. I mean, he does.
The druid he doesn't do bonus damage. He doesn't tank. He cannot. Yeah. Use his tokens to tank damage for himself. He just got the bunker for that.
If he's a better druid, if you think the only thing that druid's good for is blocking off spaces, which is not accurate.
That's definitely the druid's primary function. Just maybe not his only function, but probably his primary function.
He's more flexible than the engineer.
Yeah, he's more flexible than the engineer. One thing that I did notice about than the druid, the one thing I did notice about the engineer right away was that he really can just because of the nature of all of his maneuvers and tactic, his orders, he's very good at just this happened. We didn't even this is obviously a crazy active board, but he didn't even really have to play for it.
Yeah.
Honestly, you didn't have to go out of your way. You didn't draw all these cards and be I'm going to play 5 cards on the engineer and get really set up.
Yeah. 1 movement, 2 movement, 3 movement, and a tactic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some of these walls were generated by an order that you were going to play obviously anyway. So it's not like you had the option not to basically on the engineer. So
I think
basically a lot of these.
Part of the challenge with this analysis though is that aside from the Pyre Initiate, the Standard Bearer just again made those units better because everything was empowered.
Yeah. True.
True. I hadn't even thought about that. I might be able to put down more walls. maybe.
No,
I don't remember the map.
You
but
didn't move
a
the
tunnel
guy with anything.
Oh right, it was too far away from the standard. But in theory, you could tunnel network away from a standard and put down 4 walls with one action.
I mean, bottom
That should
line,
be hilarious.
it's going to need more play. I'm not changing anything after one game. I mean, I do.
Yeah, that's fair.
They seem a little bit overtuned, but again, you need to give people time to
Yeah.
figure out if there are counter plays.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, for sure. I definitely think this is one of those games, kind of like Tekken, where you'd prefer to play against models that you know, even if you're playing with the units that you don't know.
Right.
Like then like you'd prefer to play with units that you have no idea what you're doing with them than to play against units that you have no idea what they are.
Oh,
I guess there's something to that because I haven't played against modern shapeshifter. I've played against old shapeshifter a lot, and I played against Pyrofanatic once or twice as well.
Yeah. Fire Initiate, very, very, in my opinion, very, very good. I think if any of these models were added on their own, or units were added on their own, they would be like ridiculous. Basically, the reason why I say that why I'm so like adamant that the engineer is overtuned is because the primary weakness of the druid is that you kill them and then all of their movement blocking goes away.
I think that's fair.
But the engineer doesn't have that weakness at all.
Well,
so like they just and they're 4 health.
Change I'm thinking of, but again, I want to see at least another game or two. Is maybe 2 walls is too much.
2 walls? This was like 4.
No, I meant like placing 2 walls.
2 wall placement.
Oh yeah. I would agree with that. I think 2 wall. Well, I mean, this is what I mean, right? Like he has just walls that your units can move through in some situations because you set it up how you want it. So generally, they're better than just like sheer movement blocking because you can set it up how you want. And then
They blocked my own movement a couple times.
Yeah. But like Druid, it would have blocked your movement a whole lot more because you can't even like decide how it is. So it's like if you
controlling what's not blocked is a big deal.
What do you mean? What do you mean that you can't place where the druid is? I can place wall directions. I'll point out to you, I almost always placed wall directions in a way that made walking through them meaningless.
Yeah, you did, but Druid does that by default. Here you had the choice.
Okay, fair.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Pick
like
one of the 3 axes.
Yeah,
fair.
To not block.
So I think engineer right now, like in my opinion, which could be, once again, this is a totally uninformed opinion, kind of like the necromancer in that like they do in exchange for needing empowered moves instead of just normal moves, they do something extra. But his extra is way better than the necromancer's.
Yeah, I'm thinking the 2 walls per move might be too much. Again, gonna wait a game or 2.
Yeah,
but that's my initial thought. That we thought walls might be. We underestimated the impact of walls.
Yeah.
I think Fire Initiate is. I think him like should he provide? Basically, the question is, I don't think he should provide extra presence. I'm not going to lie. I think the extra energy is just enough to make him good on its own. Frankly. And I think he would still be very good, and I think I would still take him every game.
Except he only won the Pyre once out of 3. So
true, but that's because I was playing like terribly and had every unit dead.
Right. So it's just.
Was that terribly though?
Well, I mean, I think so. I
thought a lot of like that unit dying was just Ranger Standard Bearer.
Yeah. A lot of it was, first of all,
and then Chronomancer.
This is why I don't think I should ever take. I mean, I shouldn't have taken the Spymaster. I took the Spymaster because I wanted to see if my theory was right that I shouldn't take the Spymaster because I'm more comfortable with the Spymaster. So theoretically, if the theory, my Ratt trademark theory is that here I should take the High Priest, but like I took the Spymaster to see if that would have changed something, and it did, because if I had taken the High Priest, my first take would have been Standard Bearer. So it would have been like which would have changed everything a little bit. It would have just been a totally different game though. But I mean, all things considered, I do think like it's part of the unfortunate, in my opinion, one of the unfortunate truths that the Spymaster seems a lot harder to play than the Chronomancer. Which I don't know if that's because the Chronomancer is better, or if the Spymaster is worse, or if it's just because the Spymaster takes a lot of skill to use. It could be any of those. But definitely it felt like to me when I was playing, I was like, oh, you're playing the Chronomancer, who's such a trust fund child. I was like, oh, I have to do so much work to get my card draw. You just get it for just like, here you go, little guy.
Yeah, it's got built-in card draw. The trick though is the Chronomancer, like it's innate. Generally, without work, only goes off every other time.
Yeah.
Because when you use it, you have to recharge it.
True.
So.
And it's technically less flexible than other abilities because, as you are noting, I can't attack in any direction I choose.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. But Spymaster, in order to get his card draw, he has to draw a specific order, get you in a specific location. Like, it literally never happened this game because you could just keep the Chronomancer back.
Yeah. Spymaster still has got the card draw. The card draw is a bonus.
Yes. Yeah. The card draw, I mean, but like, what does... If that's the case, if the definition of like the Spymaster isn't really to be card draw based, like what's he do?
He's
I don't get it.
He's there to
so much stun.
He locks your opponents into place so that your units that are in position can do strong attacks against them. He is an aggressive unit. I know you keep saying he's there to run away. He's aggressive. He gets in, he does his stun, and he gets out.
I have never seen it work.
I have.
Would you say yesterday's game was an example of that or not? If Ratt hasn't seen that stream,
I have to remember it now. But I mean, but I have definitely seen games where the Spymaster just stuns over and over and over again, and just completely disrupts. He stuns the soldier, so he's no longer protecting the leader. He stuns the leader, so he can't get out of the way, so you can launch a big attack against him. It's just
like,
and then and then his order is, he has the best movement orders of all the leaders. So
yeah, of all the leaders, yeah, I think his movement orders aren't all that they're cracked up to be, though. For sure, they're good, but they're not like far and away even good for movement orders. Like the Leech, the Shapeshifter, and the Knight all have better ones.
Instead of the leaders. Instead of the leaders.
Don't compare them to troops. Compare them to leaders.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Because I guess you can't get out of jail free with a leader because that would be like annoying.
Right. He can move. He's the only leader that can move all the way across the board.
Yeah. With that in mind, I guess I would have to play a game with it. It's weird. It seems like every leader in the game almost. I think Standard Bear first.
Yeah, honestly, Standard Bear is the one I'm worrying the most about right now.
Yeah. Right now, I've like come to before this game even started. I've decided in my head, which of course I'm a fence sitter. The reason why I'm willing to have to present all of these strong opinions is because I'm also willing to easily change. I'm not married to my strong opinions. They change like every 2 seconds. But you can't evolve your opinions until you have discussed them. So
agreed. Yeah.
So you need to air them, or else there can be no discussion. Now you're going to think something wrong for the rest of your life.
Of course.
So I do think before I thought Standard Bear was good but not great because basically his main ability is that he really helps you kill things. But as more units come out that have empowered stuff that isn't directly kill based, the Standard Bear seems to be getting better and better and better. And as just universally applicable, which isn't good for a draft game. Yeah. Universally applicable isn't good.
He is the one I'm most worried about right now.
Currently, he just seems too universally applicable. Why did you decide to make him 4 health instead of 3? This guy should be 3.
Because it was much too easy to get rid of him at 3 health, and then it made him almost useless.
For the record, I never agreed with that.
I know you didn't.
I think, okay, in that case, I feel
I am rethinking that now.
Yeah.
That was my reasoning back then. I'm not sure that's correct.
Think of it this way: that one health meant that when it was staying in the bunker, the life leech couldn't kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
when it had already taken damage.
And by the way, you were totally right. If you want to see my hand, by the way, here it is. I did have first draw Parasite. I did have second draw Joust, and then I had Ambush. And I had,
Yeah, the Joust was obvious. You'll actually see
well, the
on
Joust
the
was
stream.
very obvious.
You'll see on the stream.
I said it was obvious.
I predicted the Joust before Giga did.
Well, no, I said if you actually listened to the stream as well, I said, well, this makes it really obvious what I'm doing before I even did it, which was extra broadcast. But no, I did have literally everything you said, which was very impressive. I don't know how you got that I had Parasite instantly. I guess because I would have first move coiled if I didn't.
Well, it was because I didn't understand why in the world you'd voluntarily place a life leech 2 spaces away from another unit.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Parasite was the Parasite when you had no leech. When you had no leech tokens. I guess Burrow for lining up Burrow if you have leech tokens might make sense, but you had no leech tokens.
Yeah.
The only thing of was Parasite.
That makes sense. Now with this stuff, like I think the standard bear, if you want to get like really creative, I mean, maybe the standard should have like 2 uses or something, and then it goes away. Like, it's kind of weird. It's infinite, which I get that that's kind of its point, but maybe the standard should have health. That was one thing that I heard you propose. I mean, I'm not sure how bad that would be.
I don't know. I'm definitely, he's the one I've been keeping my eye on the most for the past several games, and I am concerned.
This game does not change that because here's the funny thing: you're saying you're being concerned about all the other units that are doing Empower stuff. I think the standard only really mattered for the Ranger 90% of the time in that game.
Well, yeah, but like I was actually about to say,
that's a lot.
Yeah, the Ranger for reference did 2, 4, 6 damage in 1 tactic to a or no. I think did he do 6 or
5?
Yeah, no, 5 damage.
5, yeah.
5 damage in 1 tactic to a leader. That was like that I couldn't really respond to because you had so much free movement. You were over like here or something. You were completely out of range, and then you could just move in. It didn't matter. Like I couldn't stop it. There was very little I could do to stop it other than just be like, okay, the Spy Master doesn't want to exist in the same half of the. No, we weren't even in the same half of the map.
No, we were.
Oh yeah, I guess we were in the same half because you were over here, right? You were like there, and I was like there.
Yeah. Ranger was here. Ranger was actually here. I actually had to move away. I actually had to move towards my standard.
Yeah. But like that's what I mean. Like with all of the free movement, it was like, and I'm not sure if that's like a problem with the Ranger. I think it might be like.
It's not a problem with Ranger.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think it's a problem.
It's standard.
Ranger. I think the Ranger is a good spot.
I think the standard bear is the biggest issue in the game right now. And I think my problem is also with this game is that it made it very hard to evaluate the other new units that were on Giga's team.
Yeah,
you were the one who said not to take all new units.
I'm not saying you did anything wrong, Giga.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I know.
I'm evaluating the impact of the standard bear because it distorts the game. And
yes. Even as I took it, I was wondering if that would be the case. But
no, but it's good because it helps me see how it's interacting, and and I do think before the next round, I think that he's going to need to be nerfed in some way, shape, or form.
Yes. By next round, you mean nerf
the next half.
Okay, yeah. So you've already. You're implementing buffs, and you're going to implement nerf as well.
I've seen the thing is he gets picked so often. I've seen a lot of games with him.
Does he overperform?
He doesn't so much overperform, but he is picked every single game, and it just.
Well, yeah, you have
my biggest concern is also. My biggest concern, honestly, is the interaction between the standard bearer and the tactics.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yes,
it's obvious that the Rangers harass was not designed to have empowered.
Yeah,
nor was Knight's Harry last night.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I mean, even something as simple, which is kind of
Harry isn't going to do that.
It's like if it didn't work on tactics cards, that would like change everything.
Well, Harry doesn't do much with empowered; it just stuns the thing at the end.
Yeah, well, and it was the wrong Harry. The Harry text on that was wrong.
Also that.
No, but I mean, it
It's a
wasn't
double
that big a
stun.
deal, right? Well, who cares if it's a double stun? What does it matter?
Yeah, Harry is not my biggest worry at all.
That's fair. I guess.
Yeah,
I guess harass is a big. Harass is a big
Harass
one. I
bigger
guess.
Worry.
Double
Anything
stun
ranger based is actually a bigger worry.
Well, no,
Ranger based.
it's useless. It's useless for Rain of Arrows. Completely meaningless for Rain of Arrows.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but consider that it's also very good for leech.
Actually, it's not even that great for Hunt.
That's a good point. It really is just Harry.
Harry and also some of leech. Yeah, or sorry, harass. Yeah, I keep saying Harry as well. No, it's also good for some leech stuff. Here, let me find
Leech Parasite, instant to leech tokens.
Yeah,
instant 2 leech tokens, or alternatively instant 5 damage. Assuming they already have 2. Burst turn, with Parasite. Parasite, if assuming where's Parasite? Parasite is.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Or instant 5. I see what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah. Or instant 5. Harry isn't that. I don't think Harry's that strong with it. I think Burst is not Burst. Where is it? Is it Burrow? Yeah, Burrow. +1 per leech. Do not lose any leech tokens. So you jump, you attack for 2 damage, +1 per light. So let's say you have 2. That's 2 for make it empowered for 7, and you don't lose any.
You just get a leech token.
Right?
Oh,
well, in that
I
case,
see what you're saying. You could do that.
Yeah, because then you wouldn't lose any too.
Hold on, let me look at the leech text.
It's right here is Burrow.
The attack does 3 damage. 2 damage. Well, here's the thing. You just increase it from 2 to 3. It's not additive.
Yeah. Oh, true. So I guess you would just do 3 total. So in this case, you would just do. Would you do 3 +1 per leech token, or just 3? Just that's it.
That's a really good question.
My feeling is that it'd be 3 +1 given other rulings in the past.
True. Fair. There are other ones. I think.
Although the real issue with that one is what's the interaction of are leech tokens being discarded or not? That is completely unclear.
Yeah, it's the interaction. It's the tactics. It's the tactics of the standard.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, luckily you can just make an exemption on tactics.
Although I will point out a lot of your pain came from evasive shot.
Well, a lot of my pain did come from evasive shot. In my opinion, that's not a problem.
Fair.
It's
okay. I see.
It's a problem,
I see what you're saying. That's not a problem. That is the standard needs to be usable.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The standard. It's not like it needs to be bad, right? Like we all want the standard to be good. Yeah, it's just Harry is unreasonable, or harass was unreasonable in my opinion.
Yeah.
I would agree. It was aggressively unreasonable.
I've even done that exact thing before.
Yeah, I've had it done before, and every time somebody gets off a big harass with standard bearer, they should win. If they don't win, it's kind of weird. If you get off a big harass if you draw harass, basically, in my opinion, and you have standard bearer on the field and your ranger hasn't successfully been assassinated, like if they aren't dedicating tons of resources to assassinate your ranger, then you should probably win the game.
Yeah, and the other issue I think is if you're picking ranger, you're almost crazy to not pick standard bearer right now.
And if you're picking, I think if you're picking standard bearer,
unless someone hate drafts it, but it's if for some reason. Right.
Yeah, it's not.
Of course, it's not really not.
Yeah,
it's a
bad interaction.
Mm-hmm.
I think standard bearers. I think a part of it is that as well. A part of the my hate train for Spy Master, even though I love him so much, is that standard bearer doesn't synergize, in my opinion, as well with Spy Master as he does with the other people like Chronomancer, General, right? Yeah, General and High Priest, as well as Dark Champion, because the Spy Master has to take advantage of opportunities, and it's not guaranteed that opportunity is going to be in its own.
Do you want to see an example of Standard Bearer Spy Master last night's stream?
Yeah, it can go well if the opportunity does happen to be in the Standard Bearer zones. But for example, if you have a General instead, well, now you don't even have to be lucky because you know you get to decide where the opportunity happens. It's not just where the spy master zone is, whether he can get a stun, and whether that unit has an adjacent unit as well. Like it's not that. Which is just too many conditions, especially when you stack on the standard. Even if you have a 75% chance of having the standard in that zone, well, 0.75, it's just too much.
Which I would say that's not an issue. That's not actually an issue per se, that there's a leader that doesn't synergize with it per se.
It's an issue because the standard bearer right now is like, it's really good.
It shouldn't be a problem that it synergizes poorly. It is a problem that it's so good for everyone else.
Yeah, plenty of units shouldn't have great synergy. Like the Spy Master doesn't have great synergy with the Engineer even.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like that's fine. It happens. Look, the whole thing with the Spy Master is that he doesn't give out Empowered. But like the trouble is Standard Bearer is just so good because Empowered is such a crucial resource.
Yeah. Now, the Standard Bearer needs to be nerfed in some way, shape, or form. The tactics are an issue. Maybe even being able to attack the standard, I don't know.
I think tactics is, in my opinion, I prefer it when this game is less killy. I think it's more fun when only like 1 or 2 units die over the course of the entire game. But I know I'm probably a minority in that opinion. I don't like
we don't want to like. The thing is, making it like that also eliminates a valid strategy of attrition.
No, but like I for example, I just I dislike it when things get blown up. Like specifically when things get dealt 5 damage or more in like a single usage that I felt like was unreasonable that I should have had to even prevent that is the only times when I'm like, ugh. Right. Every other time I'm like, that's totally my fault. And the standard bearer creates so many of those moments that need to be taken away. The answer isn't to make the standard less likely to be out or anything. The answer is to make the standard bearer easier to kill. The answer is clearly, in my opinion, to make those situations just not happen.
Oh, I agree. I think the interaction with the tactics is the biggest problem, and the other ones I'm talking would be possibly in addition to it, not instead of it.
Yeah.
I think the very first resolution is to remove the interaction with the tactics, and then see where it goes from there.
I would be wary of nerfing it any past that, personally.
Well, that would be my first. I wouldn't do anything beyond that in the beginning.
That's fair.
Would be my first action, and then observe from that point.
Yeah, I think Pyre Initiate is super fun. I love Pyre Initiate. I think they're a little bit too good, but I love Pyre Initiate. And by a little bit, I mean a lot bit. But I think they're very fun. I like them. I really like their whole gimmick. Here is actually like while I don't love all of their I understand that some of the tactics aren't meant for me. That's okay. For example, Unleash Power. I don't like it. I will never take Unleash Power. Tap Power. I love it. I think it's the best tactic in the game. Tap Power is the one that gives you energy, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Drawn to Power is amazing. It's an amazing last turn tactic, especially when you have the initiative. Or when you have the last turn, rather.
Yeah.
You can just decide. You get to decide how you win the Pyre, which is very, very good. Drawn to Power is very good. Tap Power is very good. Unleash Power isn't for me. I don't think Unleash Power actually synergizes all that well with Pyre Initiate, just with his orders and how you're meant to play him. But it's not bad. It's not even a bad card. It's just not one that I would take.
Yeah, and I think one of my design things is I sometimes I like to have like a third card that does something just different.
Different, yeah.
Astral Gate, Hunt.
Right. Things like are not typical, so you can't be really sure what they can do. They might do something out of character, and that's Unleash Power.
Yeah. Unleash Power does something it does something out of character that might be situationally good, but I don't think it's great because obviously you, generally speaking, want to focus things down, and generally it's hard to do. It's not the best for that. So it's
well, but keep in mind also if you have your Pyre Initiate on a control point and your opponent has several, well, here you go. Maybe this is how you win the Pyre now.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's
take
not
out 2 of their units and now you win the Pyre.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I
It's
just
just not your
don't
style.
like it. Yeah, exactly. It's not bad. It's just not mine. I mean, like it's the same thing, right? It's like Magic, like how there are three types of players. It's like
Right.
it's not. I'm not that type of player, which is fine because some people are that type of player. I I am not exactly sure what the problem with him is, but there clearly is one.
I
I'm
am
not as clear on
less
that.
convinced.
I'm
I
not
am
clear there's
less
a problem.
convinced.
I am pretty okay. So I would like to comment that this guy's energy single. So first of all, one of his tactics was sufficient to recruit this card, and this card
Yep.
all back, and they were all dead.
Yep.
And this card had died twice.
Yep. And in
And
exchange,
that was
you did not have any impact on the board at all.
well. I then got to draw a tactic and draw a card. So the remaining thing was totally not like. And actually the card that I drew specifically was ambush instead of I forget what it was that I had the alternative.
Mhm.
I think it was unleash power that was the alternative, and I decided to go for ambush. But like if I had drawn a tactic that was applicable to the situation, things could have gone. I think Pyre Initiate's very good. I think, but I guess time will tell.
Yeah, and I sort of just to clarify, the reason tap power gives you so much is that you are completely sacrificing tempo to play it.
Yeah.
And so it's got to be good to make it worth it. To make no moves on the board, it needs to be good. Otherwise, it will never be picked.
Yeah. Well, I'm the kind of person that is, I mean, like, tempo is important. But, like, when you have no way, when you're making sacrifice plays,
right,
you already don't have a way to save people. So you're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of it's almost like a Hail Mary card, too, in some ways.
It's less a Hail Mary and more of a very calm, a very collected. You can do what you want because I know that what you want is not sufficient right now.
Right.
So if you have, it's very good for pressing an advantage, and it is very good when you're very far behind. Because when you're very far behind, you need that energy.
Right. That's the Hail Mary I'm talking about. Like
yeah. So it's exactly. So it's good as a Hail Mary, but it's also good for pressing.
That's true.
When you're ahead.
If you're in a strong advantage, that's true. It could be the clincher and kind of give you what you need.
So. Yeah, because if you're in a strong advantage, basically the one thing that is strongest when you have an advantage in the board is last turn.
Yeah, and it's also sometimes you don't want to move anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a great card when you don't want to move anybody.
Yeah, exactly. And it's great. I think it's great. I love the Pyre. The Pyre Initiate's just my kind of card or my kind of unit.
Yeah.
What's funny is I'm not sure I'd like it that much, even though I often play control.
Well, I mean, I really like it because it minimizes luck. Honestly, it's part of why I like it.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna slow Ratt down for a second.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Ooze? He's completely redesigned.
Yes. So round one, he did literally nothing. And at that point, I was wondering if he was ever going to do anything. And then I drew a night jump, and I realized, Ooze might be best with the night jump maneuvers rather than the other maneuvers because they are harder to predict.
Okay.
Which is fine.
I can see that.
That's not a mechanical problem at all. That's just what my thinking was as I was playing along with it. It's interesting. It's a tanky unit that actually does burn out, and as Ratt noticed, it might be reasonable to just leave it alive when it burns out. So it might not work as well in a long game.
Right.
That's not necessarily an issue. The games that last 6 rounds are supposed to come If Ratt didn't know, I've now been in 2 tournament games that lasted 6 rounds.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Out of how many? 6?
5.
5, yeah. Still more common.
Should be less common. I don't understand why I've been in 2.
Yeah.
So for games like that, ooze might not work very well, especially if your opponent comes to the same realization that Ratt did.
Right. I
You're
think it's
not going
also
to
interesting
lie.
because he's a good target to ping. You just ping him for
Yeah.
1, there goes an ooze token. You ping him for 1,
Yeah.
there goes an ooze token.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. A part of the reason why I lost this game is because I thought taking away ooze tokens on the ooze when he takes damage was optional, and you could just take it as damage instead. So I did, which is just my bad. So that's why I wasn't pinging him. If I had known that, I think I would have just like relentlessly, like after I figured out what he did, because after I figured out what he did, I was like, oh, I can't let this guy get close to anybody,
Right.
like, or else I'm just done.
And that's why I think. And that's probably why I think night jumps are useful for it.
Yeah, exactly. So like if that had happened, like my first move afterwards, I think would have been who did he like moved close to the Spy Master, right?
The Spy Master and the Knight, I believe.
Yeah.
Sounds
So
right.
my instant first play would have definitely been stun ooze, move back Knight joust ooze to no ooze to no goop. And
That Joust is terrible. Joust is terrible. Read how Ooze's goop works.
oh, does it just take 1 away regardless of damage?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. In that case, I would have just hit it and probably hit it again with a maneuver, which makes sense. Possibly, actually, wait. No, I couldn't even do that because I would have stunned it, which would have meant that you can't take away its ooze tokens. It would have.
There's that. You could just kill it at that point. Yes.
Right. Yeah. If you stun it, then you can just hit it for 2 damage and it's dead.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but yeah, true. So I could just kill it. I mean, yeah, stunning ooze seems strong. Yeah, I'm not convinced ooze is overpowered. I'm convinced I played it wrong. Played against it wrong.
I think Ooze felt good, and it felt like a unit all its own, which is different from existing Oozy Goops, which is good.
Yes.
Whether it is too strong or not, this may not be a good example of because he was not pinging it at all.
Yeah, I would because I didn't. Yeah, because I didn't know that thing. Meanwhile, though I do think that yes, that is the main weakness of the ooze is you run out of steam and you have no way to get rid of it. So I would propose if that turns out to be a problem, because I am going to foresee, I'm going to call it. I'm going to make an epic prediction that's probably not going to come true. But the way, yes, of course, that's what I do. It's what I do. It's my favorite activity. Is to make unsubstantiated claims. So
much for slowing it down.
Exactly, it's my hobby. My plan is my take is that the way you will deal with him is you will essentially focus him until he has like 4 or 3 goop, and then you just ignore him for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And that's how you deal with him. And if that turns out to be like a super effective way to deal with him, he has a super low win rate, or he's only picked in very, very few games. One way to deal with that is that he could damage himself to get goop back.
I was going to say it might be interesting to see an Ooze Zealot team and save up some Zealot tactics so Ooze can kill itself when it's used all its goop.
Yeah, exactly. Like the ooze, exactly. Like there are times when I notice, like from your perspective, where like if I were you and I had the option, which obviously you don't, but like if I had the option, I would have just killed it. Like I would have killed my own unit just to get refresh and scoop.
Yeah, but then again, having a unit that nobody wants to kill is also almost a strength as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not necessarily an issue.
You drop him onto a control point, and then okay, either you let me take the control point, or you kill him, and I bring him back with his ooze, and I can bring him back, cheap because I can pay part of his cost with goop.
Which is what I was saying. Which is what I was saying when he said he was going to leave it alone.
Like, sure.
So
yeah, I mean, but like the thing is, I was chill with leaving it alone because I had the Pyre Initiate.
Right.
So leaving something alone is better when you have the Pyre Initiate and you can afford to.
Yeah. So let me tell you where I stand now in terms of the 3 units we've been talking about.
Yep.
Oozy Goops right now, I think I'm okay with, but bit of a question mark.
I played against him, and I think he's fair.
Yeah. Pyre Initiate, I think is good. I don't think he's vastly overpowered like you do, Ratt.
I don't think he's vastly overpowered. I think he's a bit too good.
I'm keeping my eye on him, but I'm not terribly concerned right now.
Yep.
Engineer, my biggest concern is the walls. I think after watching a game or two, there's a really good chance I'm just going to drop him down to 1 wall per empowered move, not 2.
Yeah.
As I said, and standard bearer we've discussed ad nauseum. I think it's just, it's just he distorts
too
the
much.
game.
Yeah.
With engineer, I would say leave tunnel network intact, just like Druid's order.
Oh, actually, because if you nerf the wall dropping, tunnel network becomes by definition weaker, and I just think tunnel network's a fun card.
Yeah, I think
tunnel network gets better if you nerf the normal wall dropping because it already because you don't get the stealth. Okay,
exactly.
Sure.
I mean, I think you should definitely be like careful though, because something to consider at that point is the bunker is just a better wall if you can only drop 1 per turn.
Which I'm not actually sure is a problem because that might encourage.
There's only 1.
That might encourage out. That's what I was going to comment that earlier when we were talking about reducing to walls, because right now I will put down walls almost every time.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about like what I think, I mean, I am so on board with the I move or I block everything that you can do hype train with the druid, the necromancer, and the engineer. Like, I think that those 3 units severely underrated. But I also think that they take way more skill than every other, because you have to basically know what your opponent has in their hand in order to make full use of them.
And
like,
again,
and if you
they take setup. You know, a lot of the units like the knight, the ranger, the wizard, ooze. Sorry, they just they start out strong out of the gate. Druid, necromancer, engineer do not.
I mean, yeah, but if this was like an open hand game, like a game where like both of us can see each other's hand, I think, which would actually be an interesting idea for a spin-off, like game mode. I think that Druid and Engineer would be the best units.
That is possible. Yeah, because if you with perfect information, that becomes
really strong.
Because but I almost see some of them in a case like for blocking, it's almost like stun. Stun is one of those abilities that is like it's either amazing or it does nothing because your opponent wasn't planning on doing anything anyway. And I think move blocking is like that too. It's like, okay, A, I wasn't planning on going there, or B, I was planning on going there, but I was planning on using a jump, so it had absolutely no effect on me. Or you completely blocked me off, and I don't know what the hell I'm going to do now.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
whereas like damage is just always good. It's always good to damage a unit.
Yeah. So like this is just like oppressive. Like the walls are just oppressive when you have too many of them. Yeah. But I think reducing to 1 is definitely a step in the right direction. I also think that as players get better at the game, you will routinely need like to every so often be like, okay, here's a nerf to the druid and engineer because people have gotten too good.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is this game isn't getting published for at least a year and a half. And that's if everything I'm working on now goes as planned.
So like for example, you called that I had a parasite, which you knew basically, and from that point on, if you played the engineer just like with the maneuvers, you could use 1 order and completely shut down my parasite. Parasite plan.
That was a good call. It's what did surprise me, Giga, is it took you so long to realize he had a joust.
Yeah, that was.
But I was like, I definitely have a joust.
I hadn't looked at the board state closely enough. That was. Yeah.
But once you see like a 1 move, a 1 space trample, you're like, okay. He's got a plan.
Yeah.
And joust was the only one that made sense.
I should have caught up to that faster. My first instinct was he's stalling.
Yeah, well, like my which is accurate. I was a little bit stalling. I mean, the trouble with that was that I like when I drew all of those cards, I could take basically. I didn't want to. I think Joust is bad. I don't like it. I mean, like I think it's good for the knight. I think like the fact that it exists is helpful for you because now they have to be watching for a joust every time you have a tactic. But to actually have it in your hand is not very powerful. the threat of it is powerful, but to actually use it isn't very good.
Well, it's one of those things that becomes like a mind game. Like I think Tyrion
Yeah,
was
exactly.
talking about, like, it's like it almost goes in, like, it could go in a wave. Like, okay, so like people are worried about the threat of the joust, so they always prepare for it. So people stop taking joust, so people stop preparing for it, and then suddenly you have a joust and you get the 5-point joust off, and you're like, crap, and then people have to worry about it again.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I don't think it's like yeah, exactly. The reason why it's good is because it's preventable.
Right.
Where it's like, if you look at, for example, the leeches, what is it? Is it burst or burrow? I think it might be burrow.
Burrow.
The one that does bonus damage is the one that gets tokens.
Bonus damage.
That's burrow.
Yeah, so burrow is basically 5 damage, unpreventable. Like it's like you can't really do anything to stop him. If he has burrow, he's doing tons of damage to you, assuming he has some leech tokens on him. There's very little you can do about it. It's basically guaranteed that he's doing at least 4. And there's very, very little you can do about it. There's basically nothing you can do to predict it, and as such, people they don't move to stop it because they know that it can't be stopped. But like, because it's not a jump, it can be stopped. Because it's not eternal, it's not like forever, it's not a clean move, and it's not a jump. You can very easily stop it. But
I did with tunnel not work. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. But then the trouble is, of course, that that does just make it worse than for example, burrow. It is just worse burrow.
Yeah, except burrow. Well, I don't know if that's true, because
I think it's
burrow.
Just worse burrow.
You're talking, if you don't have any leech tokens, it only does 2 points of damage. So
yeah, if you don't have any leech tokens, it does 2. With the knight, you have to have a straight line to it, and it does a minimum of 3.
Right. So they have different limitations. Like burrow, yeah, once you're built up, it's amazing, but until that point, it's not that good.
Until that point, it's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. It's still fine.
So
it's still like an eternal jump, which is not bad.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, knight has, first of all, it's more limited in mobility. It's more limited in when you can use it. It's more limited in who you can use it to. Its max damage is very, very unlikely to ever go off. Its minimum damage is...
I did a full damage joust yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
How much did it take? Tons of... I didn't watch that game. Did it take... How much setup did it take? Like a turn?
It was like... I think it jousted out of its starting position.
Really? How the hell? That is insane. Did he just not care? Did he just not like watch it at all?
See, but here's the thing about cards, like about the tactics in this game. If you're going to worry about every single tactic, you're not going to
really worrying about none.
You're not. And so sometimes you have to roll the dice and hope. And you're never really sure what's going to happen. So you're really playing the odds a lot of the time. And
but it's as simple as using a shadow or an ooze, or using a move with a druid, or using a leech, or stunning the knight first, or doing so many things that you could do instead of just let your unit die.
Maybe sometimes you have other things that are more important than that. That's the thing. People tend to always forget about the opportunity cost in this game, where you can stop that, but maybe you're passing up on something better to do it against the chance that they might have a joust in their hand.
Yeah.
I think the opportunity cost. Remember how long I left you with a fully charged leech, which is a thing I would almost never do, but I just had other things that were more important.
Well, yeah. But in that case, I thought you would like it was very deliberate on your part who the leech was exposed to. You did
a little bit, but
it was very it was very deliberate. When your ranger, when you could see that the leech could instantly kill your ranger, the first thing you did was say, "Okay, I'm just going to maneuver my ranger away."
No, I was moving away with the ranger anyway. That actually was my original plan before you moved in.
But like now it became where like you needed to limit it. Like you were okay with the standard bearer taking some damage. You just weren't okay with the ranger instantly dying. You were okay with a lot of people dying, but that person could not be the ranger.
Well, no, I couldn't let the standard bearer die. Remember, I specifically said this is fine because you can't kill anyone.
Yeah, true. I do think that is another thing that's really strong about the engineers, that these things don't go away on death. So I think you should actually play very aggressively with the engineers because they don't go away on death.
Yeah, for now.
You're not necessarily wrong.
Yeah. I think, he should be played aggressive because it's like, what happens if he dies? It's like, oh no, I have to pay 2 energy if I'm back.
Right, and if he's already done his work, then okay.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, which is kind of thematic.
Yeah, exactly. This is fine. We can let Stephen Hawking die. Like, he can go away. Like he did his stuff. He did his stuff. But no, I mean, in this case, it's just like, to me, the knight situation where the knight does tons of damage is obviously, it seems really hard to get, assuming you're playing against somebody who knows it exists.
It is. But
yeah, it seems like really hard to get.
As you said, the threat of it is something you can use, because you can put your knight in positions and not even have the joust.
Yeah. Like, if I had Harry there, that would have been the most crazy play ever.
Yeah.
Because what I could have done, theoretically, because you had walls, well, push damage doesn't really matter with the knight, because he would have just pushed you away and then done damage anyway. But I could have pushed Ooze off an objective and done 2 damage to it. But once again, I didn't want to because I thought that would kill it. But it's fine. That was, you were like, oh, he's gonna kill my Ooze, and I was like, I want it to live. I don't want it to die. I think Ranger Standard Bearer is the takeaway here.
I would agree. And I'm even thinking now,
think
like, if I'm playing against Ooze, I might almost want the Forced Master, because that way I can, like, when he gets down to 0 tokens, just push him off of his objectives then.
That's the point. Or pull it now that it's got that tech.
So I can get him off the objective and not kill him, because at that point you said you don't want to kill him. So.
Yeah. At this point, let's see. So what do I think is what do we think is the, like, ideal lists in most cases? Now that we know what we know, how, if we were to draft again, would we draft differently?
I actually don't draft similar. I often actually mix up my draft a lot. I've used all 3 leaders in the tournament and actually in a 2-2-1 split.
Yeah. I think
I try to not be too predictable.
Yeah.
I do take Soldier a lot just because it's so reliable.
Yeah, Soldier's very good. I think Knight is the same way.
Knight might be my second most drafted. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think Knight is just good consistently. Like,
which is why I take it, yeah.
Yeah, which means that
Knight is in the top tier of drafting. Not the toppest, but it's pretty high up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty.
Ranger is number 1.
Followed by Standard Bearer?
Nope. Ranger's number 1. Life Leech is number 2.
There it is.
Okay, yep, that makes sense.
Then Bearer.
Bearer is pretty low, actually.
Which is stupid. What?
Soldier's high. Wizard's high. Zealot's high.
Funny thing, you're saying it was drafted every game, and I was scratching my head thinking, I don't remember it being taken all that often in my games.
It's been recent.
Fair.
Recently, yeah.
So overall, since I've been taking stats, no, but in more recent games, it's popping up a lot more.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's honestly, its win rate is not that terrible. It's not great.
I remember I lost one with it.
It's just more that I don't like what I'm seeing in terms of how it distorts the tactic cards.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's also, you're not excited when you take the Standard Bearer.
I actually kind of was. I wanted to see Chronomancer Standard Bearer.
Yeah, that's fair. But no, like after you do it the first time, I don't get excited. I get excited with units that do things and not units that, like, make. But that's just me. That's just me being me.
Speaking of which, the one thing we haven't discussed before I do have to end the stream, and I'm keeping this just so other people in the Discord can hear this discussion.
Yeah, I figured.
What are your thoughts? What were your thoughts on the Chronomancer?
I was wondering if we were going to get to that. I thought the Chronomancer was a lot of fun.
I thought so too when I played it.
Overpowered nerf? I don't think so. It is a little harder to use than the general. As we saw, I had to stare at my hand for a minute or two to figure out what the kill solution was. Full time, the movement is cool, but awkward a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since the funny thing was, like, one of the kill ideas I had was my engineer, but I couldn't jump to a position that was legal that could trigger my engineer. Although to think about it, actually that might have been false. Maybe I could have jumped to my tower. I don't remember anymore. I was here. Okay, actually I could have jumped the tower. I missed that part. But because I remember I was hitting this wall and I saw that and was like, that's a token, I can't jump to it, but that's my own building, I could have jumped to that. Regardless. The card draw, I think, is necessary because otherwise you accelerate the turn in a way that's probably not at all intended. It does need the fact that you end up with fewer turns if you don't have the card draw.
Oh yes, exactly.
So I think it needs that.
Yes, it does. That's the whole point of it. The card draw.
It also needs more setup than most of the others to be maximally effective because you need to charge that maneuver. Yeah. Which I found is interesting. Actually, I didn't. It makes it harder, but in the way it makes it more interesting. Right? I was just saying I like interesting units. Chronomancer, I think, fits that bill perfectly. Every time I had Chronomancer did something, I was having fun doing it.
Yeah, Chronomancer's cool. He's cool. Like, why do things if they're not cool, right? Like, let's say we had a unit that just had a card that instantly wins you the game. That wouldn't be cool. Who would pick that unit? That's stupid.
At least for a competitive game, yeah. Or at least for a game where you actually care about having fun, yes.
Yeah, exactly. It's stupid. But the Chronomancer is an actually fun unit.
And then, it's one tactic that didn't do as much as I was hoping it would because I got unlucky. I rolled a 1 and 4.
Yeah.
I was playing. You
did get very unlucky there.
I was hoping to get off another empowered evasive shot, which is what I was going to come back to. Full-time evasive shot, and I played evasive shot 3 rounds in a row. I think I did.
Yeah, you did.
Which was cool, but I was one of those things where it would have been less effective without Standard Bearer.
Yeah, but I will say when I played Chronomancer, one of the things I did was I actually got to play Infiltrate with the Assassin twice.
Yeah, I think I played against you.
I think I did, so I got 2 backstabs out of it, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I do remember that, yeah. I remember that being. I do remember that being a pain playing against, but again is cool and fun. The delayed. I think one of the big things that's being missed about the card advantage Chronomancer gives is that it's delayed, whereas Spymaster is immediate, which means it's more effective for surprise stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Your opponent knows you're getting it. That's a big thing. Your opponent knows what card you're getting next round.
And if he had the opportunity, he could have tried to kill the Ranger, so the evasive shot was meaningless.
Right.
For example.
Yeah.
Balance changes, none that I see right now, and certainly none I would suggest after one game.
Right.
Or even 2 games.
I definitely think he's. I keep saying this, but people disagree with me on this, but I still hold this opinion after 5 games. So I think this is one of those opinions that's probably here to stay. This is my general ranking of people is this. And then this guy I'm unsure about. He could be here or here.
He needs the most work.
Dark Champion's been nerfed. I would not put it anywhere right now.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I haven't seen enough. I haven't seen enough of it.
Yeah, I've only played him once, but this is generally, in my opinion, all these 3 are basically balanced with each other. Chronomancer might be a little bit good, but generally speaking, I think all these 3 are balanced with each other, and then Spymaster is a little bit behind, a little bit lower.
I think Chronomancer, if it's a little bit ahead, it's not by much, just because it does take that setup, which is probably why I enjoy playing with it. I enjoy setup to be in a way.
Yeah, that's same. I mean, like the Chronomancer. The reason why I'm just like, the reason why I put the Chronomancer a little bit ahead is because the Chronomancer is basically can oftentimes just like he plays a different game than these two entirely.
Same with Spymaster.
Yeah, true. Same with Spymaster, but this is why I think Spymaster is a little bit behind, is because Spymaster is not as good. So if you want to play a different game than the other player, right? And so, like, for example, if I'm counterpicking Chronomancer with Spymaster, it's inferior to counterpicking Chronomancer with one of these two, because these two have different game plans.
So I will add for whatever for the nothing it's worth. My performance in the tournament, I think, is actually this.
Yeah,
for the nothing it's worth.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think in terms of your subjective opinion and less objective opinion?
Subjectively, I'm not going to comment on this guy. This guy can go high.
Yeah, he dies. Fire. I wish I had a fire.
I am not willing to make a strong claim that any of them are stronger than another. Mostly because I don't think I'm good enough with Spymaster. Spymaster does take a certain kind of play, and I don't think I'm good at it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I'm like, from what I've seen is like, why I haven't seen a play style proposed for Spymaster where I say, where my first instinct is not, why not just take this or this or this instead?
Stun lockdown. There was so much stunning last night.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of stunning, but like, how does that win you the game? Like, stunning, what is your plan to win the game?
The one thing about stunning that makes it non-random is you want to do something to your opponent's unit, you can stun it and make sure it's where you need it to be, which lets you plan. And with the Spymaster, if with the stolen plans, you get the extra card draw, you get the immediate attack if you can. Again, I don't know about balance. It's still too early. The one thing I will say is that the General and the Spymaster both are very close in the number of times that they've been picked, and their win percentages are very close. The difference is statistically insignificant. The High Priest has a high win percentage right now, but it's got it's a comparatively low number of picks, so it's too early to say.
Yeah, I think the High Priest is a sleeper pick. I think High Priest is really good.
Well, it's also it's only pretty recently been.
Is that why?
It's the newer. Yeah, I mean, before just Jim and I had played it a couple of times.
Yeah. So I believe it's Thera's preferred pick.
Yeah, which says a lot.
It's a good indicator for his power level.
Mr. Undefeated so far. Hopefully that will change soon.
Yeah. Well, don't wish death upon your friends.
We'll take him down next time.
I'm also simultaneously wishing victory upon whoever faces him.
There you go.
It's good for the meta to not have anyone undefeatable.
I think I like the fact that there is undefeated right now because it means that I have an incentive to get better at the game.
As a designer, I love the fact that he's undefeated. Because
it also means the game is skill-based.
There's a strong skill component in the game. Right, exactly.
Yeah. Which I really like. I think, so let's see. I'm going to attempt to, you know what I'm going to do next time? I'm going to watch all of Thera's games. Not all of them, that's not true, that's a lie. I'm going to watch a couple of them, watch how he drafts and watch how he plays, like on 3x speed. And then I'm going to attempt to just improve his strategy. I'm going to become Thera Jr.
I don't know what his strategy is, other than just making really good moves.
Sort of like, I haven't watched enough of his games to really know, but it felt when I played him like he's like me in that he's willing to do whatever he feels like. Like I will happily mix up how I'm going to win, if only to keep my opponent off their feet. Yeah, I feel like he plays similarly.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think one of the big things in this game is like, for those of you who have read my article on energy in here, energy.
Yes, I read that.
The market phase is the strategy. The action phase is the tactics, which means you need to be able to adapt on the fly. You need to be able to say, okay, the board situation's changed, and I need to change how I'm going to win. I was going to try to win the round this way, but now it's changed. Now I'm going to go for damage instead of pyre. I think the people who are really good at this game are able to adapt their tactics on the fly.
I would agree with that. Yeah,
it's by far, you need to do your market phase correctly so you have the tools and the resources that you need. But if you can't adapt in the actions phase, and that's what I see. I see people who struggle and get frustrated lose, and people who are like, okay, this is not what I was expecting. I'm going to now go with the flow. They do better. I will say I don't adapt as well as some others. I don't get frustrated, but I have a harder time shifting my tactics than some others do, and that's why my win rate is not that great.
my win rate is not that great in my opinion.
You beat me once. You beat me once, and I think I'm second in the tournament right now. So you got that going for you.
I think that's more about play styles, actually.
Fair.
I think that you are probably a more generally strong player than I am, but I think that for whatever reason, my style happens to match well against yours for me. And I don't know how long that's going to continue, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I think currently my issue is game knowledge. If I want, as I learn more about the game, it'll be easier because like I really couldn't predict any of what you were going to do because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know a lot of the things. I know this guy has a jump and stun, and I don't really know. And he has like an attack thing. He has a thing that makes everybody attack, and I don't know what else he has.
Since when does Standard Bear stun?
Doesn't he have a jump stun?
No, he doesn't stun.
See, you didn't get that wrong. Does he not have a jump stun?
I don't think so.
Standard Bear? Don't think so.
Rally the troops at a no. That adds an emphasis. Whatever. I don't. Hold
on, I'm going through his tactics right now.
Yeah.
Coordinate, assault, and regroup. Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Yeah, I guess I was just being dumb.
Yeah, that would just not be something I would put in thematically for him.
Yeah. Okay, no, he has a jump over. I was thinking of it's his version of the knight's lunge or whatever, or the knight's
trample.
Trample, yeah. Yeah, so like I can't really accurately predict what you have. I just don't know what the cards are.
Yeah.
I just play the flag jump stun.
It doesn't stun.
Nothing stuns.
Yeah, nothing stuns.
Play the flag jumps though.
Yeah.
It can also be rally the troops, which is the one that jumps over and drops a star token on somebody, I think.
Yeah.
I will agree with the. Sorry.
No, you can go.
I will agree with the game knowledge. It was just unfortunate for you that I just saw Parasite. That's not a card that, like, even I would usually see coming.
Yeah.
But I played Life Leech recently, and during the game, I literally played all three of its tactics.
Yeah, so
I just have a better knowledge of what the Life Leech does now, even though it's not one of my favorite units.
I couldn't play around what I was going to draw because the only cards I actually have memorized are Knight and Spymaster in terms of and kind of I have like a vague understanding of Life Leech. So like I couldn't really play around what you might have. The only thing that I know that you like in terms of cards is Ranger and Chronomancer. And even then I'm still iffy on some of Chronomancer's tactics wording. I couldn't really like play in advance. I couldn't really predict what you had except for evasive shot and actually that's not even true. I'm also very iffy on Ranger tactics. So like I couldn't really predict anything. I just had to completely play reactively, which you noticed that I was playing very reactively probably. Which probably isn't very good with Spymaster, but I mean like man, I like this. I want to play the Spymaster. I like him. It's not my fault.
I think the Spymaster's better than you think he is. I do.
Yeah, probably. He's probably better as you get better at the game. But like, I just don't have the knowledge, so I can't know what to stun. Like properly is part of it. And then, I mean, I would love it. And then, of course, turn one.
Who was the first player? Was it Giga?
Yes, because I chose Chronomancer.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Okay,
You
so,
went first.
so black was first. Okay.
Yes.
The important thing for though it does so I do think that until I'm so sad. I really just want to keep playing Spymaster, but like I will never win if I keep playing Spymaster, and it makes me cry every time
I don't think
because
that's
I
true.
love Spymaster. Well, no, it's because it's not because I'm not good enough at the game. It's not because Spymaster is bad. It's because I can't know what to stun when I don't even know what your units can do.
You think Spymaster has a higher skill floor to be effective?
Yeah, exactly.
That I would agree with, but I do. But I mean, if you keep playing, you will learn these things, and you will.
Well, yeah, but like I mean, like it's one of those things that I feel like Spymaster. This was true of me playing 40K, which was I didn't win until I did, and then when I did, I didn't stop. Like because it's one of those things that's like once you get it, you have it.
Right.
Like once I get Spymaster, I feel like I'll have it, and he's just gonna be mine forever. But until that point, I'm not going to be able to do anything with him. But once I do figure out how to do things with him, that's going to be very impressive.
And I will say, Spymaster was definitely the leader I was having the most trouble with for a long time. It's just recently that I'm actually starting to maybe have a slight idea how he works.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So I think honestly, my play is I'm going to start taking the High Priest more and the Chronomancer more. I really like the Chronomancer. Chronomancer is my favorite leader. High Priest is my second favorite. But I'm probably going to be taking those two a lot more in the future.
Black 1, 2. Okay, so you won 1 control token, right, Ratt? And you go 1, 2.
Yeah. Yep.
White general took 10 damage. Black general took 1 damage.
I don't even remember where that damage came from anymore.
That 1 damage.
I think that might have been
from
like a push from the pyre.
Oh, no, that was the.
It was Leech. It was an enemy.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Leech.
Yeah, the damage was the engine. I think it was the engineer that got pushed into something.
Oh,
It was the Leech. I was trying to trick you into thinking that I had something on Leech that could instantly kill your Chronomancer or like get close to it. I was trying to trick you into it, but you had already seen Parasite, and that was just it. You were just not straight. Like I mean, because like if you actually believed that, then I was like maybe he'll move the Chronomancer away and dedicate a lot of resources to continuously stunning the Leech or like locking them down with the walls or something, or like trying to make it so that way the Chronomancer is untargetable with a burst. I don't know, or a burrow. But I was like, no, it just wasn't happening. You just weren't into it. You just weren't buying into it. Like I was like, no. Like I moved him next. Like I had something. I was like, and I like put him right there next to like 3 units, and I was like, look, if he has a burst, he's gonna instantly kill 3 units. And it's like, was that gonna happen? No.
All right. So I have got to end right now because I got to get.
That's fair.
Because it is late. I have an early.
Oh goodness, yes.
That is true.
So thank you both for offering to play tonight and experimenting.
You're welcome. I've been wanting to play. Been wanting to play Chronomancer.
What's that?
I've been wanting to play Chronomancer in the new ooze in particular.
Yeah, I think Chronomancer is my favorite leader right now.
He is. He's just the coolest.
He's just.
I'm not.
He's a ton of fun.
Oh yeah.
He's just cool. I think maybe even take some cues. Like I don't know. There's no need for a leader rework or anything, but like maybe take some cues because he's really really fun. He is the most fun in the game. He's so fun.
Yeah, but definitely more advanced.
Yep.
So,
is Ghost going to be coming in the next half of the tournament?
No new units in the next half.
Not next half of the tournament. Next tournament it might.
Next tournament, Ghost is definitely going to be there. Chronomancer will be there. I got to work on Dark.
Yeah.
I got to work on Dark Champion too.
Looking forward to Chronomancer being there.
Yeah. All right. Thanks again, both of you, and have a good evening.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Wait, what?